Hey everybody, welcome to Bestie Book Reviews. I'm here with the bestie Mandy.
And I'm here with my bestie Jessica.
So we're doing one
Why
of
is
our...
that so funny?
There was a really long pause there, is what it felt like. I thought you were going to say something about how you're hot and your face is red. I don't know, but it's
Thanks.
Warm. You're welcome. I thought you were going to hold me on that one. So, okay. So today's video is one of our favorite tropes, which is taboo. So we have Taboo Romance Recs for you guys. All different kinds of taboo. I think there's a common theme through several of mine, but we'll get there. You'll see when we get there.
I'm all over the place with my taboo.
I didn't realize it until I started looking at them, and I was like, oh, a couple of these share a common
Daddies.
theme. So nope, not daddies.
Oh,
nope.
Stalkers.
I mean, there is a stalker. It's not cousins. They're not going to get that reference. Okay. Anyhow, if you haven't watched well, it wouldn't be out yet, will it?
No, it will be out on Wednesday. So
okay.
you're going to want to come back and watch our interview
with
Samantha Brentmore.
Mm-hmm.
Jessica overshares and takes over the interview for a while.
You guys should know that I overshare at this point in time. It should just be common knowledge. So, okay, so let's get started. Before we get started, what do you want to tell them, Mandy?
Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can know all about Jessica's life with her oversharing. And also we talk about books.
We do.
So make sure you hit that subscribe button. We really appreciate it.
All right.
And yeah, we have free books to give away.
We do. We do.
So yeah, hit that subscribe button.
Do that. Okay, let's talk about some taboo books.
Let's dive in.
Okay. Do you want me to go first?
Are you going to share a personal story?
No, I'm not sharing any I don't have taboo stories. Okay. So you always want me to go first. Would you like me to go first this time, or would you like to go first this time?
No, you go first. Are you going to overshare?
Maybe. You never know. So, okay. So my first book is by the amazing Daisy Jane. And this
what is it?
Raleigh 2.
I haven't read that one. I need to.
Oh, yeah. So this one not only has a lactation kink, but they're identical twins. Not the boys are. It's an MFM. Sorry. The guys are identical twins. Mandy, I could see a panic starting there. Okay. So again, this is Raleigh 2 by Daisy Jane. This is about Ember. And at the beginning of our book, she meets Riker at a bank. And when they're in line at the bank, Riker's there, his son is addicted to drugs, and he's trying to get some money to keep his son where he is so that he can know his location. Him and his brother are trying to help his son out. And so he's going to the bank to get some some money. He's going to there for medicine. We've got a problem. But in line, he meets this perky, cute little girl, and not little girl, she's in her 20s, but he meets her, and there's something about her. There's this instant attraction for them. And then the bank gets robbed. And they have this 15 minutes of them on the ground, face down, trying to support each other. And then the SWAT team comes in, and everybody gets, taken out of the bank, and they lose connection. Then we fast forward a couple of years later, and she shows up on the doorstep of her father-in-law's house, who she has not met before, to tell him some pretty horrible news. And when the doors opened, she thinks it's Riker, but it's not. It's his identical twin, River. And then she realizes that, oh my gosh, this guy that I met and had this moment with all these years ago is my father-in-law. And now I have to stay with him and his identical twin brother for a while. And the identical twins share more than just a house. So. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's really good. It's actually very sad. There was some very emotional moments in it. It's more than just what this is, but it is really good. So, okay.
So my first taboo book is Beautiful Sinner by Sarah Kate. This book should be read after Beautiful Monster, which is an amazing age gap tabooish romance. So do yourself a favor and read that, and then come read Beautiful Sinner. So Beautiful Sinner is Cadence's story, and we see her. She's the sister, so we see her in Beautiful Monster. We do not like her in Beautiful Monster. So I was like, ooh, how am I going to like her in this? So she goes off overseas and with her boyfriend, or I can't remember if he's her boyfriend or she meets him while she's there. She's like kind of on this like adventure. Well, things go badly and he basically takes off with everything and she's stranded. So she walks to this hotel, and the hotel it's more like an inn, kind of is how I imagine it. And so it is ran by this lady and her brother is a priest in the town as well. And so she ends up being able to get a job there, kind of in exchange for room and board, while she figures out how she's going to get her visa back and kind of figures out things. But I mean, have you seen Father Callum? Just take a moment. Okay. So her and Father Callum start to kind of have feelings for each other. Now, Father Callum is like a Catholic priest. So he has sworn his life to the priesthood, to the Catholic Church, and therefore he is not allowed to have any sort of relations at all. No marriage, nothing like that. But, I mean, it is called Beautiful Sinner. So things, maybe there's some chemistry happening. Things start to happen. Okay.
Okay. Are you done?
Yeah.
I was waiting for you to switch yourself over.
Oh, I was supposed to switch myself over. Sorry.
You don't know when you're done.
I don't know what's happening.
I don't know what's happening either.
So, Taboo Priest.
Okay. All right. So my next book is the latest one that I've read that's very taboo. And that is BJ Alpha's Owen. So this one, I think for your like thorough enjoyment, you really should read Shaw and Tate first. You can read it as a standalone. I just think you're going to get so much more out of it because this is the third book in her Storm series. If you read that first, so same thing here. But this one is brother's best friend, but I don't like brother's best friend, and this one did it for me because it felt so different. But it is an age gap. Owen is in his, I can't remember if he was in his 20s or 30s when he sleeps with Leia for the first time, and she's 18. It's on her 18th birthday. And so he takes her V card, and then she comes downstairs for her birthday party, and he shatters her heart into a billion pieces. And then so she decides that she's just going to take off and go live in Florida and make a life for herself now that she's out of school, and she's just going to get away. She does that. She meets this guy. She gets married to him. She gets pregnant with his baby. Then she comes home and makes that announcement. And Owen is like, the hell? That's my woman, and I'm going to claim that baby. So she is married, pregnant with another man's child, and big old age gap. But he realizes that he can't live without her, and he's going to get her no matter what. So there you have it.
So why is it taboo? Because she's married?
She's married. She's pregnant.
Okay.
Someone else's baby, and there's a big age gap.
Age gap.
Age gap. Age gap. What? Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
Okay. Did he have an identical twin? I'm waiting for your theme.
No, but she does use his eggplant as a pacifier.
I saw a posting of that little scene.
Mm-hmm. I didn't think it would work, but it works. It's not the first one.
So oversharing.
Oh no, not in I mean in the book, you goober. That could be a convincing my bestie. Do you guys want Rex like that for the next convincing my bestie to come up? Let me know. I might need to read one or two more books, but put it in the comments. I'll convince Manny to read the pacifiers if that's the thing, guys. If that's the thing.
You said I didn't think it would work, but it worked.
It did. It's hot. In the book.
It totally sounded like something else was happening.
No. No.
Oversharing.
No.
Okay.
Okay. What's your next book?
You might need to edit that out. That could be traumatizing for everyone involved.
Oh, please. What's your next book?
Okay, my next book is Daddy Goes First by K.L. Mann. So this is about Henry and no. So this is about Noah. And Noah is getting married because he got his hookup pregnant. And so they're doing the right thing, getting married. He is not wanting to marry her though. But on his wedding night, his bride tells him that there is a tradition in their family where they don't spend the night together. And the groom spends the night with the bride's father, bonding. So that's what's happening. So Noah is bonding with his very new father-in-law, Henry. And let's just say that Henry takes what he wants and Noah decides he also wants it. So they spend the night together.
Okie dokie.
Okay, so I think we can all see why it's taboo. It is a novella. I really enjoyed it. I like, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Okay.
It's a little more on the taboo erotica side too, obviously. But
Right.
yeah.
Okay.
Very good.
Okay.
So
mine.
how much more taboo can you get than your father-in-law on your wedding night? Okay.
Oh, I'm sure we can find something out there, right? Okay.
It's pretty taboo.
It is very taboo.
Maybe going to prom with your
Okay, anyhow.
Yes.
So
my hair is starting to do that. It was straight a couple hours ago, and now it's starting to tame up
Humidity.
the whole frame.
Yep. Okay, so my next book is Graves by Caitlin Taylor. This one, okay, here's where the theme's going to start to come in. So this one is about Blake and Zayden and Dominic. This is an MFM. Zayden is Blake's stalker, but he and his identical twin brother are also mercenaries. And Zayden is the unhinged one, and Dominic kind of runs the business, and he's not as unhinged. He's just dark. And one day, as Zayden is stalking Blake, he sees somebody else stalking her, and so he may or may not murder that person and get his ass thrown in jail. And then he begs his brother to watch over her because, that's his angel, that is his woman. And so the identical twin goes to watch her. And when he does, there's like a spark between them. There's something there that he wants to explore. And then he starts to have a relationship with her. And then the brother gets out of prison and he breaks out of prison and he is ticked off. And they have to figure that out. But this is identical twins. And a stalker.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Jessica.
Mm-hmm. Okay, what else? What you got?
Okay, next I have Gratified by Caitlin Taylor.
Okay.
And her name is Andromeda, but they call her Drama for short. It's Greek. Her mom was really into Greek mythology. So her parents have a best friend, Atlas, and the three of them live in like the same cul-de-sac, and Atlas has a son, Theo, who's 2 years older than Drama. And Drama and Theo have been dating for several years. They grew up together, were best friends. They've been dating for several years. And Alice is her godfather. Well, something happens and her and Theo end up breaking up. And she's kind of devastated by this because this was her, her life plan. And their families are very intertwined. So we fast forward just a little bit later, and Drama's parents are killed in a car accident. She is 18, getting ready to go to college, but she's got a lot, obviously things to navigate. Just like this happens days before she's supposed to graduate from high school. And Atlas is her godfather. And so he steps up, even though he's grieving the loss of his two best friends, he steps up to try and take care of Drama and help her through all of this. And she's going to be doing an internship at his firm and that sort of stuff. So they're forced together quite a bit based on these life events. And let's just say no one is more shocked than Atlas by the feelings he starts having for drama. So here we have, oops, I'm trying to, what's
Is it not
happening?
letting you?
There we go. So we have Godfather, parents' best friend, ex's dad. So we're just checking them all.
Did you also realize that that author is the one that I just talked about as well?
Really?
Caitlin Taylor. Caitlin Taylor wrote Graves. Yes. So
I didn't
maybe
realize that.
Taboo was her thing. I don't know, because it's only
Sorry.
Caitlin Taylor book I've read. So
This was my only one too.
yeah,
I
might have to go check out more.
Trying to find another good Taboo, because the
Yeah.
other one I had was Hush Hush by Lucia Franco, and I feel like everyone knows about that one.
Yeah.
And if you go and look for Taboo, Hush Hush comes up quite a bit. And so I was like, I'm going to see if I can find something to read this past week that is Taboo that would work.
Mhm.
And so I'm like, ooh, this looks good. And it was good. There's a few little inconsistencies in the timeline that kind of bugged me, but I just tried to read past that.
Yeah.
So I wasn't even, I mean, I listened to you, but I'm also like thinking about my next book. So I didn't
Yes.
even pay attention to the fact that that we had back-to-back authors. That's hilarious.
That's pretty awesome though. I like that. We'll have to check out some more of her stuff if she has more. I don't think she has a ton
and
of
she
books.
doesn't, like, her stuff is not like, I mean, there's not a lot of ratings for it.
Mm-mm.
Which surprised me. So
yeah,
not an author I've really heard much about.
No, same. I just heard about Graves in in that Dark and Taboo group that we were both in. So that's where that came up. So yeah. Okay.
I went to that group to look for a particular recommendation for an upcoming video we're going to do. And you had asked a few months ago, because we've been talking about this video for a while, you had asked several months ago for Rex.
So you just took all the Recs off that page, didn't you?
No, I didn't.
No.
I was like, back to the drawing board. It's going to be a great video, but it's taken, well, I mean,
a while to find
to get there.
Good books for this rec.
Video. Hard to not just use the ones that everybody knows.
Exactly. And we like to bring books to the table that not everybody knows. So
anyway, so we're just teasing that. I don't know.
Yeah. Stay tuned.
Someday.
Hopefully. We can find really good ones that you haven't read yet. Okay. So my next book, I don't know how taboo is classified, but there's a definite taboo scene that sets up the book and just gets weird. So let me just tell you about this book. So this one is called Sinister Vows, and it's by A.M. McCoy.
Okay, I don't have any books by that person.
Okay, good. All right. So this is a Mafia book. This is about Ariana and Nico. So Ariana has been betrothed since she was, I think she was like 12. Since the age of 12. She's known that she's gonna have to marry this guy who is the Don of the Italian Mafia. And he is around 15 years older than her. So there's a definite, taboo age gap situation going on here. But her family has this tradition. The night before the wedding, the female in her family has to spend the night being blessed by the priest that comes to their room. So the virgin daughter is blessed by the priest, and that is done with one single thrust. And
Jessica!
What? We talked about it before in the video. It's all good.
I know. But
it's all good. It's all good.
Is it?
Yes. We've said it before.
I don't. I meant like the never mind.
Oh, it's not good for the priest.
Yes, that's what I mean. It's like
he's not supposed to do that. No, he's not. But apparently in this family, that's a thing. Like her mom went through it. They've all gone through it. She doesn't want to go through it. The priest that comes is not some old icky man. It's this gorgeous guy that there's just something about him. And he doesn't stop when he's supposed to stop, when she's told that the priest will stop. So then the next day she has to walk down the aisle and marry the man she's been betrothed to. And all she can think about is the priest. So.
Oh, dear.
It's Mafia. It was really good, actually. It was very, very good.
Okay. Well, my next taboo is ex-boyfriend's dad again.
Woohoo! All
I
right.
know. Although I would like to say that I cannot think of a single instance in real life where this would work out for either of us.
I know.
But
It's not good.
in the book world, it's fantastic.
Apparently, in the book world, all your ex-boyfriend's dads are hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is Savage Lover by Laura Townsend. And this is Victoria. Victoria is working at this island resort, and her boyfriend is there, and she discovers that he has decided to move on. Get it?
Oh.
Yeah, he's moved on. I can't wink. It's a problem. Anyway, she sees his dad, who happens to own the resort, at the bar that night. And she gets up and she goes to tell him what a piece of crap his son is and like how he's failed in raising him. And it ends up turning into her heavily flirting with this guy and him flirting back with her. And they go up to his hotel room. And, things happen from there, but he has no idea who she is. He does not know that this is his son's ex.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that plays a major role in the book that makes it a little difficult for a relationship to happen.
A little bit. Yeah.
When both parties don't know what's going on.
Right. Okay, so for my last book in this rec video, I'm bringing it back around to brothers. We're going back. This has been my theme the whole time. So we're going to talk about Echo by Seven Rue. There's like a second book that goes in this. It's called Hunting something, and I really want to read it. It's like a continuation. I haven't got to that one yet. But this is about Echo, who is 18. And she flees her home in Alaska that she's living with her abusive stepdad. And she flees. She goes on the run. I believe she's in Juneau. And she's in Juneau. And she's running through the wilderness. She comes upon a cabin. And she decides that she's just going to stay in that cabin for a while and get her strength back. She doesn't have shoes on or anything. And she's running through the wilderness. Well, she's there for a few days, living off of whatever stores are there. And it's like a hunting cabin. There's not a lot going on at this cabin. When three brothers show up, and she is 18, as I've said. The oldest one is 37, then the other one's 35, and then 33, I believe, is the ages of the brothers. So there's huge age gaps here. And things start to happen between her and the three brothers. So that's just where I'm going to leave that one. There's a lot more to the story, but three brothers, and the brothers don't but they're always together. So the brothers don't have relationships with each other like that, though. Okay, what's your last book?
My last book is Older by Jennifer Hartman. This is age gap, and normally I don't really find age gap to be taboo. There has to be like something else with it, and that happens here because this is her best friend's dad. So we have Hallie, and I will warn you, this one is a little rough at the beginning because Hallie is living in a pretty horrible situation. And so there's some on-page stuff that's a little hard to read, just if you're, check your triggers. So Hallie lives in a really, really bad situation. And one night she's at a party because she sometimes just goes to parties to get away from her home life. And so she's at this party, and Reed comes there looking for his daughter. And they they start talking and bonding over music. This is written as in the setting is in the 90s. And so there's like just really great musical references in this. Loved that part so much. And so they bond over music at this party, and things start to happen between the two of them when somebody walks in and basically outs her for her age, and Reed takes off. And so she kind of thinks she'll never see him again. Well, bad things continue to happen, and her best friend's family takes her in. So she goes to live with her best friend and her best friend's mom. And her best friend's dad has recently moved back to town. And one night he comes to have dinner with them, and it's Reed. Dun, dun, dun. But Reed and her really bonded, and they still kind of have this connection going on. And I love this one because it's definitely taboo. There's reasons they like each other. It's not just like this insta lust type thing. Like they have a connection. And so there's reasons they like each other, but there's also big reasons nothing should happen between the two of them. So that is where I love taboo romances to go. I love that forbidden, like it really is forbidden love, and that love is too strong for all of these circumstances. That's what I just love. So, older, fantastic. Jennifer Hartman. She always writes really well though, but this is a really good one for taboo. Okay. Wrap it up.
That's it. That is all of our taboo. That's all we've got for you, peeps. We've got more, but I mean, like,
yes,
that's all for this video.
So if you enjoy taboo, we have several other taboo videos out there that you can go and search. We have very specific ones, like specifically for ex's dad. We have the breeding kink. We have lots of taboo because we both really enjoy taboo. But if there's a taboo aspect we have not touched on, leave that in the comments. If there's a book you've read, we may have already read it, but still tell us all that stuff down below. We do have more taboo videos coming in the upcoming months, so don't worry about that. They'll always be coming. But if you have ideas, put those in the comments for us. We love to just chat with you guys. So also hit that notification button so you know when we have extra videos, and make sure to check back on Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays for new videos from us. We do still have some surprise drops on Wednesdays, but as we get back into fall, those will maybe not be every Wednesday like they were through the summer.
Yeah.
So you definitely want to stay tuned and not miss them though.
Yeah. Somebody has to go back to work. Sorry. Oh. Anyhow, and we do have a playlist for our taboo. I don't know if every single one of them is in the playlist, but we try to link them in there. So this video will be in that playlist.
Jessica will go double check all that right now before we put this video up. She will check to make sure all our playlists are sparkling.
I'm going to go cook dinner for my family first. Then I'll check the taboo playlist. So, all right, guys. Thank you so much for being here. We'll see you in the next video.